Have you ever stopped to consider the situations that cats simply cannot tolerate? Those who have a feline at home know that they have their peculiarities. Let's explore 9 situations that leave any cat uncomfortable, and pay attention to number 4, because it's truly chilling. First, let's talk about car trips. Cats are generally not fans of car rides. This is due to the fact that they are territorial animals and prefer to stay in a familiar environment. Furthermore, the movement and noise of the car can cause stress and nausea. If you've ever seen a cat meowing incessantly or trying to hide under the seat during a trip, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Secondly, we have bathing. Most cats don't like water, and bathing them can become a real struggle. They may feel threatened and vulnerable when wet, and contact with water can be a traumatic experience for them. Sure, there are exceptions, but if your cat isn't one of those rare water lovers, it probably prefers to stay dry. The third situation is a visit to the veterinarian. Few cats enjoy visiting the veterinary clinic. The strange environment, unfamiliar smells, and the presence of other animals can make them anxious or agitated. It's not uncommon for cats to hide or even become aggressive during veterinary appointments. Now, prepare yourself for situation number 4, which is truly hair-raising: clipping claws. Many cats hate having their claws clipped. They can feel pain if the claws are cut too short, and the mere sound of the claw clipper can be enough to make them hide. A cat's reaction to this situation can be extremely dramatic, with attempts to escape or manifestations of aggression. Moving on to the 5th situation, we have the presence of strangers in the house. Cats are creatures of habit and can feel very uncomfortable around unfamiliar people. Some may hide for the entire visit, while others may even display defensive or aggressive behavior. The 6th situation is the use of cleaning products with strong scents. Cats have a very sensitive sense of smell, and intense odors can be extremely unpleasant for them. This includes cleaning products, perfumes, and even scented candles. These scents are not only bothersome but can also be harmful to their health. 7thly, we have changes in routine. Cats like predictability. Alterations in their daily routine, such as changes in feeding times or the home environment, can cause stress and anxiety. They may become restless or even develop destructive behaviors in response to these changes. The 8th situation is competition for food or attention in multi-pet households. Cats may feel threatened if there is competition for resources, leading to conflict or stress. It's important to ensure that each animal has its own space and quality time with its owners. Finally, the 9th and last situation is excessive noise. As animals that depend heavily on their acute senses, cats are particularly sensitive to loud noises, which can cause them great discomfort or fear. This includes fireworks, thunder, and even the noise of household appliances. These are 9 situations that cats generally never accept well. Have you noticed your cat reacting to any of these situations? How do you deal with it? Share your experience in the comments and let's exchange tips on how to help our feline friends feel more comfortable. It's always a challenge to completely understand our pets' feelings, but by observing their reactions we can learn a lot about what pleases or displeases them. Every cat is unique, but certain situations tend to generate discomfort in most of them. Let's explore these situations more deeply and understand how we can help our felines cope with these moments. We've talked about car trips, baths, and visits to the veterinarian, which are classic challenges for many cats. The situation of cutting their claws is particularly stressful for them. Continuing our list, the presence of strangers, the use of strongly scented products, changes in routine, competition in multi-pet environments, and excessive noise complete these 9 challenging situations. Now, let's discuss what we can do to minimize our cat's discomfort in each of these situations. To begin, when we talk about car trips, a good tip is to accustom your cat to the car environment from an early age. Short trips, the use of calming pheromones, and a comfortable carrier can make all the difference. Regarding bathing, which we know is a battle for most, it's ideal to avoid frequent baths unless absolutely necessary. When it is necessary, use lukewarm water, speak softly to reassure him, and make the process as quick as possible. Soft towels and lots of affection after the bath also help create a positive association. When it comes to veterinary visits, try to choose a professional experienced with cats and a welcoming environment. Regular visits, not just for medical procedures, can help your cat get used to the place and the person. Bringing toys or blankets that smell of home can also be comforting for him. Clipping claws can be a truly frightening experience. Therefore, it's essential to do it gradually and positively. Start by touching your cat's paws when it's relaxed, gradually getting it used to the contact. Use appropriate nail clippers and reward it with treats and affection after each session. To deal with anxiety caused by the presence of strangers, it's important to respect your cat's space. Allow it to hide if that makes it feel safe, and ask visitors not to try to force interaction. Over time, and with frequent visitors, it may start to feel more comfortable. Strong-smelling cleaning products can be replaced with more natural and less harsh options. Keeping the environment ventilated and introducing the products gradually also helps minimize the impact. Changes in routine need to be managed carefully. Try to keep feeding and playtime schedules as regular as possible, and any changes should be introduced gradually. In homes with multiple pets, it's crucial that each animal has its own space and time to interact with the owners. This helps reduce tension and competition between them. Finally, to protect your cat from excessive noise, creating a safe and quiet environment during noisy events is essential. A soundproof room or even soft music can help muffle external sounds. Thus, by understanding and respecting the sensitivities of our beloved cats, we can help them live a happier and calmer life. They may not like these 9 situations, but with love and patience, we can greatly ease how they cope with these challenges. And you, do you have any special technique to help your cat feel more comfortable in stressful situations? How do you adapt your home to be a sanctuary of peace for your feline? Share your experiences and let's continue learning together how to better care for our furry friends. Now, let's reflect on how each small action can positively influence the lives of our cats. We know they are creatures of habit and that they value the stability and security of their environment. Therefore, by adapting our home and our routine, we are not only preventing stress and discomfort, but also strengthening our bond with them. Ultimately, a happy and comfortable cat is a more loving and involved companion. Beyond the specific measures we've already discussed for each of the 9 situations, it's fundamental to maintain close and constant observation of our cat's behavior. They often communicate their discomfort in subtle ways that may go unnoticed if we are not attentive. Therefore, learning to read these signs is crucial so that we can act before a simple irritation becomes a bigger problem. For example, a cat that suddenly starts hiding more or avoiding interaction may be indicating that something is not right in its environment. It could be a new source of stress, such as a new piece of furniture, a different perfume, or even changes in the dynamics of the house. In these cases, it's important to investigate the cause and try to reverse or adapt the situation so the cat can feel safe again. Another important point is nutrition, which we didn't mention before, but plays a vital role in the physical and emotional health of cats. An inadequate diet can cause not only physical health problems but also behavioral changes. Therefore, ensuring your cat is receiving all the necessary nutrients in appropriate quantities is another way to guarantee its overall well-being. Furthermore, environmental enrichment is a powerful tool for keeping cats stimulated and content. This includes providing toys, scratching posts, shelves and elevated walkways, and even safe access to the outdoors, such as screened balconies or protected gardens. These activities help keep your cat active, reduce boredom and anxiety, and promote a more harmonious and happy life. Finally, never underestimate the power of affection and attention. Cats may seem independent, but they value and depend on the love and attention they receive from their owners. Dedicate time to play, pet, or simply talk to your cat. It can make a big difference in their mood and emotional health. All these actions, when combined, create an environment where cats not only survive but thrive. And in doing so, we are not only improving the lives of our feline friends but also enriching our own. After all, a cat's happiness and tranquility are often contagious, bringing more joy and peace to the home. So, which of these situations have you seen your cat face, and how did you help improve their experience? Are there other techniques or strategies you use to ensure your cat's comfort and happiness? Share your stories and let's continue this conversation, learning from each other the best ways to care for these incredible beings that enrich our lives so much. Continuing this journey of understanding and caring for our cats, it's always important to remember that each animal has its own unique personality and needs. Observing and learning from each new behavior or change in attitude can be crucial to maintaining your pet's well-being. In addition to all the points we've already mentioned about dealing with specific situations, it's essential to consider the importance of routine veterinary visits for regular checkups. Although many cats show resistance to leaving home and facing the clinical environment, maintaining their health is essential. One way to make these visits less traumatic is to associate going to the veterinarian with positive experiences. For example, after each consultation, offering a special treat or a new toy can help create a positive perception about these outings. It is also important to highlight the importance of socializing cats from a young age. Cats that are exposed to different people, other animals, and new environments tend to develop a greater ability to adapt to changes. This does not mean forcing uncomfortable interactions, but rather allowing the cat to explore new stimuli at its own pace, always ensuring safety and comfort. Another crucial aspect is the management of the litter box. Keeping the litter box clean and in a suitable location is vital for the cat's comfort. A hygienic and private environment for eliminating waste is something cats value immensely. Lack of cleanliness or improper box placement can cause stress and result in behavioral problems, such as avoiding the litter box. Furthermore, it's important to be aware of weather conditions and how they affect your cat. During warmer months, for example, ensuring your cat has a cool environment and access to fresh water constantly is essential to prevent overheating. In winter, providing extra blankets or a heated space can provide necessary comfort. Interaction with children is another situation that deserves special attention. Teaching children to respect the cat's space and boundaries is crucial for harmonious coexistence. Children should learn to interpret cats' signs of discomfort and never force interactions, especially when the cat chooses to withdraw. Finally, the introduction of new pets into the home should be done carefully and patiently. Cats are territorial by nature and may see new animals as a threat to their safe space. A gradual introduction, with supervision and using positive association techniques, can facilitate a good relationship between the animals. Considering all these situations and the best practices for dealing with them, we realize how important it is to always be attentive and receptive to the needs of our cats. Every act of care and every adjustment to the environment can mean a big step towards the happiness and health of our pet. Thus, we conclude our discussion on situations that cats generally do not accept well. Reflecting on all this, we ask, how have you adapted your home and routine to ensure your cat's well-being? Are there other challenging situations you faced that you'd like to share? After all, each shared experience is an opportunity to learn more about these fascinating and enigmatic companions. Thinking about this, it's interesting to note that adapting the environment is not just a matter of comfort, but also of mental and physical health for cats. They are extremely sensitive to their circumstances and can develop unwanted behaviors if they feel their territory is threatened or not suited to their needs. Another fundamental point is how we handle the cleaning and organization of the common areas of the house. Cats hate disorder and dirt, especially in their resting and feeding areas. A disorganized home can cause anxiety and stress, leading to behaviors such as urinating outside the litter box or inappropriately scratching furniture. Keeping the environment clean and tidy helps convey a sense of security and calm to cats, which is essential for their emotional health. Furthermore, the choice of cleaning products is crucial. Products with strong or harsh odors can irritate cats. Preferring products with neutral or natural scents can prevent the cat from feeling disturbed and stressed. In addition, it's important to ensure the cat has a safe haven, a place where it can hide when it feels threatened or simply when it desires some peace and quiet, away from the hustle and bustle of the house. The way we introduce changes to their routine is also a delicate situation for cats. They prefer stability and predictability. Sudden changes, such as alterations to feeding times or the location of their beds, may be poorly received. When changes are necessary, it is ideal to introduce them gradually, allowing the cat to adjust to the new pattern calmly. And speaking of adjustments, the way we react to a cat's behavior also enters the list of delicate situations. Disciplining a cat using negative or punitive methods is something they definitely do not accept well. Instead, it is recommended to use positive reinforcement, such as treats and affection, to encourage good behavior. This not only avoids stress but also strengthens the relationship between the cat and its owner. Speaking of relationships, the time dedicated to positive interactions is vital. Cats need to feel they are part of the family and valued as such. Ignoring a cat or not dedicating time to play and interact with it can lead to feelings of neglect and sadness. Therefore, it's essential to set aside moments during the day for these interactions, ensuring the cat feels loved and important. And lastly, but no less important, the introduction of visitors to the house. Cats are normally cautious of strangers and may not accept the presence of new people in their territory well. When we receive visitors, it's important to respect the cat's space and introduce new people gradually, allowing the cat to get used to their smell and presence before any more direct interaction. Each of these situations points to a fundamental truth about cats: they are creatures of habit, sensitive and deeply connected to their environment. Understanding and respecting this will not only avoid many common behavioral problems but will also promote a relationship of respect and love between you and your cat. Reflecting on all these situations, we can see how life with cats is a constant journey of learning and adaptation. Every cat is unique and every home is a world of its own, but the foundations of mutual respect, patience, and love will always be fundamental. And you, have you experienced any of these situations with your cat? How did you adapt your routine to meet its needs? Has your cat taught you anything surprising about how it prefers to live and interact? Share your experiences and discoveries. After all, every shared story helps us better understand these enigmatic companions we choose to have in our lives. Over time, we have discovered that cats not only express their preferences, but also establish very clear limits on what they accept or reject in their daily lives. One of these situations, which many cat owners must have already noticed, is the aversion of many felines to drastic changes in their environments. Cats, as creatures of habit, prefer the predictability and security of the familiar. A change of furniture or even home renovations can leave them agitated and stressed. They may hide more than usual or demonstrate aggressive behavior as a way of coping with the discomfort. Another aspect that many cats never accept well is the abrupt introduction of new products into their environment, especially if these products alter the smell of their territory. Strong perfumes, air fresheners, and even new detergents can cause significant discomfort. Cats have a much more sensitive sense of smell than we do, and strong odors can be extremely invasive for them. It is always recommended to make olfactory changes gradually and observe how your cat reacts to each new introduction. Furthermore, the way medications are administered can be a source of great stress for the cat. Many felines are extremely resistant to taking pills or accepting topical treatments. Physical force should never be used to medicate a cat, as this can damage the trust between the animal and the human. Instead, hiding medication in special treats or using alternative forms of medication, such as gels that can be applied to the skin, are generally better options and help avoid the cat's resistance. Transporting cats is also a delicate situation that many do not accept well. The classic scene of a cat struggling not to enter the carrier is common, but reflects how traumatic this can be for them. To help minimize stress, it is useful to accustom the cat to the carrier as a safe and comfortable place at home, even before needing to use it for travel or veterinary visits. Placing blankets that smell of home inside the carrier can also help create a more welcoming environment. Another situation that many cats detest is excessive handling, especially in sensitive areas like the belly and paws. While some cats may tolerate and even enjoy belly rubs, most prefer not to be touched in that area. Respecting these boundaries is crucial for maintaining a good relationship with your cat. Attempts at petting or playing that disregard the cat's limits may result in bites or scratches as a form of defense. The presence of many people or loud noises in the house is also something that many cats find difficult to accept. Parties, family gatherings, or even children playing can be very stressful for cats, especially for those who are more shy or anxious. Providing a quiet and safe space where the cat can retreat on these occasions can help alleviate anxiety. Now, the fourth and chilling situation is when cats encounter other animals invading their territory. Whether it's a new pet in the house or a wild animal in the backyard, cats are extremely territorial, and any intrusion can be seen as a threat. Confrontations can occur, and, in extreme cases, may result in injuries. Gradually introducing new animals and under careful supervision is essential to avoid these conflicts. Cats are also known for their aversion to getting wet. Baths are, more often than not, an unpleasant experience for them. Unless absolutely necessary, many veterinarians and animal behavior specialists suggest avoiding full baths, opting for gentler cleanings with damp cloths or dry bath foams. Finally, a situation that many cats do not accept is the prolonged restriction of their freedom of movement. Cats enjoy exploring and having the ability to move freely. Therefore, confining them to a small space for long periods can lead to serious behavioral problems, including depression and aggression. Reflecting on all these situations, we see how understanding and respecting our cat's preferences and limits is fundamental to their well-being and harmonious coexistence. So, I ask you, which of these situations have you experienced? How did you and your cat overcome it together? Share your experiences and let's continue learning from each other about how to better care for our beloved felines. When exploring the world of cats more deeply, we encounter peculiarities that often go unnoticed in daily life but are crucial for maintaining the harmony and happiness of these small beings in our company. One of these nuances is the correct management of the litter box. Cats are extremely meticulous about their hygiene, and a dirty or poorly positioned litter box can cause them great discomfort. Positioning the litter box in a quiet location, away from the house's hustle and bustle, and keeping it clean are aspects that make all the difference. It is also important to consider cats' sensitivity to car travel. While some may adapt well, most cats dislike car trips, especially if they are long or frequent. The movement, prolonged confinement, and engine noise can cause them great anxiety. To make the experience less traumatic, it is advisable to gradually accustom the cat to being in the car, starting with short periods and gradually increasing the time, always ensuring comfort with blankets and their favorite toy. Speaking of comfort, the correct choice of accessories such as collars and leashes is also on the list of delicate situations for cats. Many cats dislike feeling anything around their neck or being led by a collar. For these cases, there are harnesses specially designed for cats, which distribute pressure more comfortably around the animal's body, allowing it to move more naturally and safely. Furthermore, the choice of toys is crucial. Cats can be very specific about the types of toys they like. Some prefer objects that mimic prey, such as toy mice or feathers, while others may prefer toys that stimulate their problem-solving abilities, such as puzzle feeders filled with treats. Observing and experimenting with different types of toys can help understand what your cat truly enjoys and avoid frustration on both sides. Finally, a situation that many cat owners face is the difficulty of managing feeding in homes with multiple animals. Cats can be very territorial about their food, and the presence of other cats or even dogs can cause stress during mealtimes. It's crucial to ensure that each cat has its own space to eat and is not disturbed, promoting a calm environment that respects everyone's individual space. Reflecting on all these situations, it becomes evident how much life with cats is full of continuous learning and adjustments. Understanding each cat's peculiarities and adapting the environment to meet their needs not only prevents behavioral problems but also enriches the relationship, making it deeper and more rewarding. And you, have you experienced any of these situations with your cat? How did you adapt your routine to meet its needs? Has your cat ever taught you something surprising about how it prefers to live and interact? Share your experiences and discoveries. After all, each shared story helps us better understand these enigmatic companions we choose to have in our lives. Sharing life with a cat is a journey of discovery and mutual adaptation. An aspect that often goes unnoticed, but is crucial for the mental and physical health of cats, is the importance of regularity and predictability in their daily routines. Cats, by nature, are creatures of habit, and any unexpected change in their routine can cause them significant stress. For example, changing feeding or playtime schedules can leave a cat anxious or disturbed. It is important to maintain a consistent routine, which not only helps the cat feel secure but also allows it to anticipate and prepare for daily activities. Another situation that can be especially challenging for cats is a visit to the veterinarian. Many cats associate the carrier and car trips with the stressful environment of the veterinary clinic. To make these visits less traumatic, it is advisable to create positive associations with the carrier, leaving it open at home with a comfortable blanket and some treats inside, allowing the cat to explore and use the box as part of its safe environment. Furthermore, the way humans interact with cats can be a source of discomfort for them. For example, while many cats enjoy being petted, they usually have specific preferences about where they like to be touched. Areas such as the base of the tail, the ears, and under the chin are generally acceptable, while many cats dislike being touched on the belly or paws. Learning to read a cat's body language can help avoid interactions that may be perceived as threats or invasions of the cat's personal space. The introduction of a new human member to the family can also be a source of stress for a cat. Whether it's the arrival of a baby or a new partner moving into the house, cats are sensitive to new dynamics and may feel threatened or ignored. It's vital to provide the cat with extra attention during these transitions and ensure it's not neglected as new relationships are formed. Finally, many cats are sensitive to the volume and nature of sounds in their environment. Loud sounds, such as those from appliances, televisions, or loud music, can be disturbing to them. Maintaining a relatively quiet and predictable environment not only helps keep the cat calm but also prevents stress from accumulating over time. Considering all these situations, it becomes clear that living with a cat requires a deep understanding and respect for its needs and boundaries. The ability to observe and adjust the environment and interactions with the cat can make all the difference in the feline's quality of life and in the relationship we share with it. So, did any of these points resonate with your cat's current situation? What did you do to adapt the environment and routines in your home to better meet the needs of your feline companion? Let's continue this conversation and share tips on how to make our homes more welcoming and understandable for our cat friends.